With the latest sports news on the Big Bulletin, my name is Neto, Neto Chemane. This is Neto Sports Global, #NSG. Kicking off with football news. It was heated action earlier this week in the Betway Premiership. Kaizer Chiefs suffered a 2-1 loss to Stellenbosch FC, while Mamelodi Sundowns triumphed by a hard-fought 1-0 against Amazulu FC to return to the summit with 38 points, same points as the Buccaneers, but the defending champions have a superior goal difference. Amakosi remain in fourth position with 30 points and next face arch-rivals Orlando Pirates in Ntsinci's biggest football spectacle. As Nyamangengane chase maximum points to overtake current log leaders, meanwhile the Glamour Boys want to bring back smiles to the gold and black nation. Former Kaizer Chiefs defender Fabian McCarthy believes that the Soweto Derby will present its own drama.
Good day, Neto Sports Global viewers. My name is Fabian McCarthy here, ex-Kaizer Chiefs defender, Kaizer Chiefs legend. I just want to give you my view on the derby as it's in the next 48 hours. Man, this is the best game in Ntsintsi, the biggest game, maybe one of the biggest derbies on the continent, and definitely show into, I'll say, the top 10 in world football. But for me, this is a game where I think there's so much at stake, not only the points, but looking at both teams, and obviously their last games where they both came off losses. Chiefs losing to Stellenbosch 2-1 midweek, and Pirates getting knocked out from the Kaizer Stars in the Nedbank Cup. But this game, there's a lot at stake. Obviously, Chiefs are going in as the underdogs. Pirates had to win at all costs, and then for me, I just have a feeling that obviously Chiefs is the dark horses for the Betway Premiership this season. There's an 8-point gap. Chiefs has one game in hand, but yeah, there's still a lot of football or games to be played. And derbies are games like where the points matters, but what about everything else that matter? It's more about the bragging rights. It's more about who is taking it home and who is making the headlines come the next day or for the next few months or weeks up until the second leg of the derby. It comes so late into the season, and I think it's going to be a good game to watch. It's going to be a good advertise for South African football, as it's always been. But yeah, for me, obviously my money is on Kaizer Chiefs, and I'm just looking forward to my son Aiden McCarthy playing his first ever derby this coming weekend, and he can make his own history. I would love to see him getting onto the score sheet and helping Kaizer Chiefs to beat Orlando Pirates this coming weekend. You know, I never had the opportunity to score in an official derby or game, but I think Aiden knows. He scored against Pirates in the Disky Challenge a few times, and just keeping my fingers crossed so that he can get one over Orlando Pirates in the derby. It's going to be a full house, sold out FNB Stadium, and yeah, whoever plays, all the best to the team, those that are on the bench, everybody. And yeah, let's come out early to Mzansi supporters, football lovers. Let's come out early to the game. Let's support our teams, and may the best team win on Saturday. Thank you.
In another massive derby, the city of Dortmund will be dominated by red and yellow as Borussia Dortmund confronts Bayern München in the highly anticipated Der Klassiker. Bundesliga Sub-Saharan Africa General Manager Sandesh Mahes expects nothing but a spectacular showdown. Moving on to cricket news. The outstanding Super 8 matches of the ongoing ICC Men's T20 World Cup will take place this Sunday, the 1st of March, starting with the Southern African Derby between Zimbabwe and the Proteas of South Africa at 11:30 Central African Time. Meanwhile, reigning champions India clashes with West Indies at 15:30. The semi-finals are scheduled for the 4th and 5th of March respectively, and the best two national teams will meet in the final on Sunday the 8th of March to decide who gets crowned the global champions. In aquatics news, Swimming South Africa SSA President Alan Fritz highlights 2026 as a big year, building up to the Los Angeles Olympics 2028. The aquatics principal joins us on Neto Sports Global NSG Big Bulletin to unpack the thrilling calendar for various disciplines including junior and senior open water swimming championships, water polo, diving and international competitions that Team SA will participate in.
Thanks Neto for having me on Global Sports. It's wonderful to update the community of your podcast on the aquatics matters. Yes, you are right. It's going to be a very, very big year for aquatics this year. You know, in the build-up to LA 2028. This year, we've started with the Grand Prix series of Swimming South Africa. One down in Bombela, and of course, this weekend we saw the Pretoria leg. The third leg would take place in Port Elizabeth down in the Eastern Cape. Then we go into our junior levels competitions, culminating in the junior nationals in March from a swimming perspective. Then of course our national championship down in Port Elizabeth will take place in April. We also see the nationals for water polo taking place in Durban. There will be two tours very soon to Division 2 in the World Aquatics calendar. Right now we're ensuring that diving takes its rightful place. The diving community is preparing themselves for another big year. We've just come off National Age Group Championships in December. We firmly believe that our open water is at the best ever it was. We're preparing for World Championships in China this year. We're preparing, of course, for the big one, which is the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. And we are looking forward to real good Commonwealth Games. Of course, that would be a yardstick to measure ourselves against Commonwealth countries, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada and so forth, in terms of where they are for LA. We're pretty much very happy that we are looking at a contingent of 20 plus athletes for LA 28. The big thing, of course, now investment in those athletes and making sure they participate across the world at the best competitions. Thank you so much.
And finally, in athletics news, the clock is ticking rapidly towards the highly anticipated Phakamile Mabhija Human Rights Half Marathon on the 21st of March 2026, with the start and finish at the Kimberley Boys High School. Runners will hit the ground running bright and early from 6:30 a.m. Central African Time. Speaking to Neto Sports Global NSG, the half marathon race director and four-time finisher of the Comrades Marathon, Bulane Parasi, has more on the incredible experience of the ultimate human race, including this year's up run from Durban to Pietermaritzburg and the iconic 6th edition of the Phakamile Mabhija Half Marathon.
So this year I'm lining up for my first one, and I am hoping that I will make a better time. I think running Comrades is a life-changing experience, and I would always advise runners to actually register for it. I am the race director for Phakamile Mabhija Human Rights Half Marathon 2026. And being a race director means that you need to organize and plan the race and execute it the way it was planned. You have to be able to give the runner the experience that they would expect at a race, get value for money, get all the goodies, and obviously go and get sponsorships for the race. So that's what I have been up to thus far, and it is going quite well. So the Phakamile Mabhija is taking place on the 21st of March 2026 in Kimberley, and the venue is Kimberley Boys High School. Our entries start from 90 Rand for our 5 kilometer, 200 Rand for our 10 kilometer, and 250 rand for our 21 kilometers. And for those ones who don't belong into running clubs, we have temporary licenses for sale. So for you to register for the race, you have to go to www.peaktiming.co.za, and we would really like to extend our gratitude to our sponsor, APSA, who has been our sponsor ever since we've started this race. I mean, it's 6th year this year. So they have been with us all the way. Thank you so much to APSA. And we would also like to extend our gratitude to the Northern Cape Provincial Government. They also have been supporting us, and also local running clubs. So we are really thankful to them. And all the other sponsors who are with us at the moment, Aquele, Discovery Vitality, Sun International, we are really grateful.
For NSG Big Bulletin, I'm Neto, Neto Chemane. Coming up next is the unavoidable, the pressure, drama, and the emotions of the beautiful game of football with Oscar Sandawana Ntsintsi. You've got to love the game of football, Sandawana. Former Kaizer Chiefs coach Gavin Hunt had 2 great nights in the month of February. On the 4th of Feb, when Stellenbosch FC defeated Kaizer Chiefs in the last 32 of the Nedbank Cup by 2-1. And recently, in this week, on the 24th of Feb, on a Tuesday, Stellenbosch FC repeated where they left off, and they beat Kaizer Chiefs with the same scoreline, 2-1, but this time around in the Betway Premiership. Yay! It's happening in Polweni. What do they say with the Betway Premiership? Lise Gazini forever.
Well, a hearty welcome to all the followers of Neto Sports Global NSG. If you're seeing this content for the very first time, love it if you hit that like button, do comment and share. It'll go a long way for the growth of this channel. Now, a great place to start it today in this session of the unavoidable is go and check what's happening in women's football. Now, in this region of Africa, we have what is called COSAFA Cup, or Women's COSAFA Cup. I think teams played about 3 or 2 games, first, second, and third round. And with Banyana having won 1 and drawn 1. What we have left, which will be played this coming weekend, are the semi-finals of the Women's COSAFA Cup, with Zimbabwe versus Banyana, and the other semi-final we have Zambia versus Namibia. An interesting one, because all of these teams, or majority of them, they are preparing for Women's African Nations Cup that will be coming up this year as well. Now, good luck to all those teams that will be in the semi-finals. Obviously, I am rooting for Banyana to win the COSAFA Cup. This is great for women's development in football, and obviously you want to have the overseas players. Majority of the players playing for these nations are locally based players who really are dying for the opportunity to also be known and exposed to agents out there who might see talent, raw talent, and pick them up and play in other parts of the world. Now, from starting in a great way to going in what is still sad in football, talking about racism and discrimination. That match between the first leg between Real Madrid and Benfica in Portugal, we had number 25, an Argentinian, which I would not want to name, who called Vinicius Jr. a Brazilian. He called him a monkey. And Mbappe was close by and he heard everything. He is the one that confirms that indeed the player, this is what he said. What is said about this is that FIFA is not really doing enough and really would like to hear your opinions and views on this subject. It's a sensitive one, but your comments as well will also help maybe in giving direction in what could FIFA really do about such things. As much as I mean, they really need to go on an extent to ban some of these players, even if it's for seasons and years, because banning a player for 3-4 games, I don't think really that's enough if it comes to racism and discrimination. Now, talking about UEFA Champions League, what has been my game of the tournament this far? It's not really a game, but it's been really the story of the Norwegian club. I am talking about Bodo and Glimt. What's funny about this Bodo and Glimt is that Norway, the football nation, is going to this year's World Cup after the last time they were in the World Cup was in 1998. And now we have this beautiful story of Bodo and Glimt. Bodo and Glimt defeated Manchester City of England, defeated Atletico Madrid. Now they've just dumped Inter Milan of Italy. They won their first leg in Norway, came to Italy and dumped the Italians out of the cup. They scored 5 goals in 2 legs against the Italian giants. So it just shows that the win against Atletico Madrid and Man City was no fluke. So the story of the tournament this far for me has been that of this Norwegian club, Bodo and Glimt. I don't know what is their nickname, but their main color is yellow. Watch out for this team. And the chances of Bodo and Glimt facing Man City are almost 60% in the next round. Now, what is happening in La Liga? And it looks like Real Madrid and Barcelona, they are dropping points. Doesn't look like they're really serious in winning this year's edition of La Liga. The fortnight ago, Barcelona dropped points. Last weekend, Real Madrid dropped points. And this coming weekend, we do have Barcelona facing Villarreal in 3rd place. And it's going to be a tough game. I really see a draw in this one. A high goal scoring draw. A 2-0 draw or a 3-0 draw. We do have the Galacticos, the Los Blancos, Real Madrid facing Getafe. And Real Madrid should be able to win this one. It won't be easy because whenever you play a small team, they will park the bus, park the train, and park the aircrafts and just play on a counter. That's how Real Madrid lost the previous game. So, but I see Real Madrid winning this one 3-1. England. Another one. Arsenal drop points against Wolves, who are in last place, but they redeemed themselves in that North London derby against their noisy neighbours, Tottenham Hotspur, winning that game. Was it 3-1 or 4-1? Yes, 4-1. And we do have the leaders in England playing Chelsea, and they're at home, Emirates. And we've seen these two matches favoring Arsenal in recent times, and I think Chelsea on this one would really want to bring some form of resistance, as they are also getting out of the top 4 for a Champions League spot. Man U won on Monday. They are in 4th place. Chelsea now is in 5th place. So this game, even for Chelsea, is a must win if they want to have any chance of seeing UEFA Champions League next season. What is my prediction of this London derby? Arsenal versus the Stamford Bridge boys. It's tough one. I think I see a draw here. 2-2 draw or a 1-1 draw. Last but not least, on this unavoidable session, Kaizer Chiefs. Will they win anything this season out of the Nedbank? out of the CAF Confederations Cup. They didn't sniff anything on that MTN 8 Culling Cup. They didn't get anything there. The only chance of them lifting a silverware is winning the Betway Premiership. Do they have any chance? Do they have any chance? I think any football lover, even if you're a Kaizer Chiefs follower, you have to be living under a rock if you think that Kaizer Chiefs will win the Betway Premiership. Gavin Hunt, yanked the defending champions in the last 82 of Nedbank Cup. As though that pain was not enough, he came to FNB. He had already inflicted a wound, and he stuck his finger inside that wound in the Betway Premiership match against Kaizer Chiefs and won that game 2-1. Exciting game it was, but there's a lot of disappointment for Kaizer Chiefs fans, technical team. With some of the exploits from their players, it's really been disappointing. And obviously, the prediction going to the Soweto Derby is that Orlando Pirates kicked out of Nedbank Cup. They lost against Mamelodi Sundowns. Now Mamelodi Sundowns is on top of the Betway Premiership because of goal difference, but on same points. The derby, Soweto Derby, is really never a matter of how you played in the games before, and derby is just different. It's just different. The biggest fixture in South African football, and it's going to be a tricky one. I mean, we even saw a Chislett making. I don't think I saw him playing this season, but he had 60 minutes at FNB. It's going to be a difficult one. It is going to be a tough one. I don't see Orlando Pirates winning this game. It's probably going to be a draw or a win, shocking win for a Kaizer Chiefs if you consider the past game. But as I'm stating that it's never about previous game when it comes to the derby. It is a totally different game. And there's a lot will be demanded from Kaizer Chiefs players to actually redeem themselves and actually win this game. Majority of their fans, they might not think that Kaizer Chiefs are going to get anything positive out of this, but a win for Kaizer Chiefs will at least bring some smiles upon the Amakosi love and peace faithful. What is my prediction on this one? Kaizer Chiefs upset to win this one 2-1. Kaizer Chiefs win. And that's where I stand. Yes, this is the unavoidable. Thank you, Mr. Neto.
You've got to love the game of football, Sandawana. Former Kaizer Chiefs coach Gavin Hunt had 2 great nights in the month of February. On the 4th of Feb, when Stellenbosch FC defeated Kaizer Chiefs in the last 32 of the Nedbank Cup by 2-1. And recently, in this week, on the 24th of Feb, on a Tuesday, Stellenbosch FC repeated where they left off, and they beat Kaizer Chiefs with the same scoreline, 2-1, but this time around in the Betway Premiership. Yay! It's happening in Polweni. What do they say with the Betway Premiership? Lise Gazini forever.
Hi there, my name is David Gideon Kok, the current president of the South African Taekwondo Federation. Now, when we go back to the name and the word Taekwondo itself, Taekwondo is a Korean culture that started in the late 1950s, and it's formed from a traditional exercise, physical activity that they call Taekyan. And it is also mixed with Japanese Muju, Chinese arts, and at the end it formulated Taekwondo. What Taekwondo stands for, Tai means the way of the fist, Kon is the way of how to use your feet, and Do is for discipline. So this is a synchronized way of using physical activity, martial arts, into formulating the outcome. That's Taekwondo. The Taekwondo Federation in South Africa started in 1991, and till to date, it is still thriving as one of the Olympic sport codes in South Africa. And we have collaboration events, which includes culture, promotion of the Korean culture, such as food,
the way they eat, the way they live, and what they really appreciate mostly is through our federation is exposing their culture, which comes through Taekwondo, which is what we are specializing in.
Hi there, my name is Duncan Mahlangu, the National Head Coach of South African Taekwondo Federation. My duties are to develop Taekwondo and to bring the new techniques to the South African athletes. And we have training camps that are coming also, and we are striving to get back to where we were as a federation, as a South African Taekwondo as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Johanna Sakholia. I'm the Secretary General of the South African Taekwondo Federation. Being a woman in the federation is not as easy as it looks. This is a male-dominated sport, but I believe one thing that has pushed me throughout is the passion that I have for the sport. And as a female athlete who was in the national team of South Africa, I haven't seen a lot of female being in the sport, and it is about time that we stepped up, and I believe giving back to the community is one of the core things that I believe in. So through this project, we are also saying that women must come forward and be part of the sport. While tackling that, we are also acknowledging that a lot of women in South Africa, we are faced with a whole lot of issues, gender-based violence and all that, but we are saying no more talking, but more action.
Thank you to the President of South African Federation of Taekwondo, Mr. David Gideon Kok, and his executive for teaching us about Taekwondo. There is no wealth without health. It is of paramount significance that in the middle of all the busy schedules, we've got to make time to exercise. A lot of people will tell you that an apple a day chases the doctor away. But hey, in an event that you're not a fan of an apple, but even if you are, an exercise is just important. So join us on Neto Sports Global Push-Ups Challenge as we hit 30 push-ups. Remember, those 30 push-ups and a score prediction of Der Klassiker, Borussia Dortmund up against Bayern Munich could get you an amazing and beautiful Bayern Munich jersey signed by the essential players of the club. Let's do this. I don't believe in a shoemaker who doesn't have a shoe. It's time for Neto Sports Global #NSG Push-Ups Challenge. I'll give you 30. At least that much I'll give you. Let's go. Hey. Yeah.
That was tough, eh?
There you go. But the more you do it, the better you become.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is NSG. I was challenged, and you saw the guy. By the time he got to 30, he was already tired. Let's show him how it's done. Ready? If you can count, that was 40.